On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about two vital elements in the golf swing, rhythm and tempo. So today, I'm going to go to the golf course and work on my smooth swinging, and my power animal that I'm emulating today is Freddy Boom Boom Couples. So stay tuned and learn how to get that smooth rhythm so you can flush the ball shot after shot. Hey guys, so when I look at Freddy Couples, there's a syrupy action, a really smooth transition, and a way that he uses his body to swing the club. This is something that we all want to emulate because Freddy is obviously cool, he's got a pretty looking swing, but the one thing that makes amateurs look like they're not in control is they're out of control in the transition. And that's what the OTT transition does for me, is it gives me that little bit of patience at the top so I can move into my downswing with smoothness and grace. All right, guys, let's head out to the golf course where I'm going to be working on rhythm and tempo. Now, the two things I'll talk about is rhythm is the smoothness of my swing and tempo is the speed of my swing. So I want to keep the speed of my swing the same, and I'm going to be moving up through my bag from 8-iron all the way to driver. Now that was just such lovely tempo right there, just nice and smooth. Yeah, these 8-irons are a joy to hit. Because really, Sam Snead had one of the best suggestions about tempo and speed. He said that when he tries to swing more than 85%, the machine breaks down. And Sam Snead hit the ball very solid and very far. So I find that when I reach for that extra 10 or 15%, I don't necessarily get any extra distance. That's one of the great lessons of golf that is so hard to learn. And I'll give you one other tip I think that is very important to keep in mind, and that is you never have too much club. You can have too little club, but you never have too much club. So if you're right on the edge, like say, man, I've got 175 yards into this green and that's how far I hit my 7-iron max. You can always move to a 6-iron, okay? But for some reason, there's something in our ego that kind of keeps us from doing that. So one of the techniques that I use is I'll use a 2-finger choke grip. I'll just wrap 2 fingers around the end of the handle and I'll grip the club there. And that usually gives me a tweener distance so that I can hit a shot in between 2 clubs. And one of the reasons why I'll do that is I think that I find trouble as well when I try and swing too easy. But let's watch 4 swings, okay, right here next to each other. That's 8, 7, 6, and 5-iron. We'll see that, one after the other goes a little bit lower and a little bit farther. But the club's doing all the work. Okay, now we've got my 5-wood here. I think that that's the great lesson that I'm trying to teach my students is let the club do the work. When we get into a situation where we let the club start swinging us, then we're in deep trouble. Okay, here's my 3-wood. So that's a nice, pretty straight shot. Now, when I'm working on this 3-wood, I usually like to hit a little cut shot, but here my natural, I'm just swinging at it. Just my swing du jour today with this club happens to be a little bit of a draw, which is perfectly fine, but I do continue to work on putting a little cut spin on it here, just to make sure that that's available to me, because when I get to my driver, I exclusively want to hit a cut. I don't hit any draws with my driver unless it's a mistake. You know, so these last few shots I hit and make sure that I put a little cut on the ball. All right, so here's my driver. So that one would be fine, but a little more cut than I want. So this one, I come over it a little bit more, and that would be up the left side. Now this is my Goldilocks zone right here, a nice little peeled cut up the center of the fairway. And there's one that's just money to end my session on. So guys, remember to keep rhythm and tempo in mind when you're hitting shots, and always remember you can't have too much club. You can have too little club, but if you have to, choke down and still swing firm. And for all you guys out there that are working on your swing, do yourself a favor and pick up the Over the Top Miracle Swing. This program is the best program to rebuild your golf swing. It's based on the original champions from the past. And this video is changing people's lives. Okay, I wasted so much time, money, and effort for years. And now 15 years of research has gone into this world-class production, and I believe it's the finest instruction video in the world. So pick up a copy for Black Friday. You're going to save a ton of money, over 50%, plus you're going to get hundreds of dollars in other bonuses. So guys, I want you to play the best golf of your life. So until next time, I hope you hit them long and hit them straight.
The modern golf swing is wrong. Stop taking the club head back outside the hands. Stop keeping your lead heel planted. And stop dropping it under. These moves are biomechanically unsound, and they can lead to serious injuries. Champions like Bobby Jones knew taking the club back to the inside, lifting the lead heel, and going over the top is the easiest way to hit powerful, consistent golf shots. Did you know the top 10 winners in the history of the PGA Tour are all over the top? That's right. They're all OTT swingers.
This, your body's bringing the club back inside. You're up here. Just let the club fall on the ball. It goes long and straight.
This Black Friday, become a part of the fastest growing movement in golf. It's time to master the golf swing and experience a miracle today.